Hi, I'm Julie, keeper of my home. Welcome back to my channel. Good morning. We're here in my pantry today because we're going to do some cooking. I have this wonderful cookbook by Jill Winger. It's called the Prairie Homestead Cookbook. She has a YouTube channel called the Prairie Homestead, and she has the most wonderful content. Look at this cookbook. I mean, it's got beautiful pictures and beautiful recipes. I've tried many of these recipes and they are delicious. Her cookbook is filled with some amazing recipes and they're all simple. They're just really great homemade recipes. It's kind of like down home cooking. I love anything just regular home cooking. And it's not just recipes, it is so filled with so much information. She even shows you how to make vanilla extract. And trust me, making your own vanilla is a lot better than buying it in the store. Today, we're going to make a minted strawberry tart. This recipe is one that my husband found in here, and he loves strawberries. And he has a little bit of a sweet tooth for pies. So this is what we're going to do today. So first things first, we need to go to my potager to pick the mint for the strawberry tart. Although I do not have regular mint, I do have chocolate mint growing out there, and I think chocolate and strawberries go really well together. So let's go pick some mint. It's been a little while since you've been out here, and I think it was a lot more weedy. You can see I've weeded out a lot of this. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see how much work I've been putting into this garden. I'm actually going to cut some of these because I've got quite a few. And this, if you have any of this in your garden, then you know it grows uncontrollably. I mean, I have it all through here. It's growing everywhere and I love it. So I'm just going to pick a couple of these. So now that we have our mint, let's get back to the pantry. Okay, so I'm going to use a food processor to make my pie crust. I want 1 1/4 cups of flour, and I am judging it. You might want to measure. I cook quite a bit, so I feel comfortable with judging it. And I need a teaspoon of sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of some sea salt, 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and I have cut that up and cubed it. So we're going to put the cover on here. We're going to mix this until it resembles coarse crumbs. Okay, once that is all mixed, I'm going to turn it back on and add a little bit of water just until the dough comes together. And look at that. We have dough. I'm going to move this dough onto a lightly floured board. Flour my hands up a little bit. I'm going to press this into a disc. I'm going to wrap this in plastic and put it in the refrigerator for at least 1 hour. So the first thing we want to do is we want to slice some strawberries. And these are some strawberries here that I have already pre-washed. I'm going to slice those up. I need 2.5 cups. So let's get slicing. Okay, I'm gonna say this is about 2.5 cups. This is a 2-cup measure to here. So I'm gonna say that's about 2.5. So let's put that in there. And because, I don't know, I like to live on the edge, I think I'm going to add a few blueberries. Not too many. Probably between 1/4 and 1/2 cup. Just to give it some color. Look how pretty that is. Now to that, I am going to add 1/4 cup of sugar. Maybe a little bit more because I added the blueberries. 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. That's just going to help thicken it up a bit. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And this is my homemade vanilla. And we're going to stir that all up. I'm going to set this aside. And now we're going to take the mint leaves that we get out of the garden, and they have been lightly washed. We need about 1/4 cup chopped. So we're going to chop those up. This is going to be so good. It smells so delicious. This is just a rough chop. I'm not doing too much. We'll add these to the bowl. Smell that. Oh, it smells delicious. Okay, so I'm gonna let this sit for about 20 minutes and just let all of these flavors meld together.
While I'm waiting, I have a few things that need to get done. One of them is laundry, because don't we always have laundry to do? I mean, it is the never-ending chore. And I also have a bed to make. I did not do the bed first thing that I got up this morning. I just found so many other things to do, and I really wanted to get making this tart and get that finished before it got too warm outside, because it's supposed to be really warm today. So that's important. Get all your cooking done early in the morning so you don't have a hot house the rest of the day. Each year, my husband and I host our annual family barbecue, so I'm just taking down back into the basement a table and some chairs that we'd used for that event.
I'm going to set my oven for 400. I'm going to lay out a piece of parchment and flour that with a little bit of flour. And here I have my dough that's been sitting in the refrigerator for an hour. I'm going to roll that out into a 12-inch disc. This doesn't have to be perfect because it's just a rustic way to make a pie. It's just kind of just a really neat looking tart that doesn't have to have a special form. It's not going in a dish, it's just going to sit on the pan as is. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger than 12 inches just because I'm going to roll up the sides. And I have a little bit more fruit than what it calls for. So I think this is good. Okay, and as you can see, there's a little bit of liquid in there. We're not going to use that liquid. So as I spoon this on here, I'm just going to kind of drain the liquid away. I'm just going to put this in the center. I wish you could smell this because this smells so amazing, and really this is so easy to make. I mean, it's just chopping up a few pieces of fresh fruit. I bet this would be really great with peaches, an apple tart, or a pear tart. I'm making myself hungry because this smells so good. Isn't this pretty? I mean, these beautiful colors. Okay, we're just going to spread this around, leaving 2 inches on the outer edge surrounding this. And we're going to, I want to get all of that off. I'm going to dot it with some butter. And just fold up the outer edges. I'm going to transfer this over onto a round pizza sheet. Okay, so now I'm going to brush it with an egg wash. And you can hear in the background, I have some company. This is gonna look so pretty when it comes out of the oven. And let's get it into the oven. Okay, so that is going to stay in the oven for 30 minutes until it's nice and bubbly and the crust is golden. So in 30 minutes, we'll take a look at it.
I know being a parent can be a very daunting task at times, and I know some days you probably think to yourself, will this day ever end? Because it's just non-stop questions or chaos or toys or laundry. But let me just tell you, at the end of the day, this is the best job that a parent can have. And now that I'm a grandparent, I can look back and say, I wish I could do over again. I wish I could have all of that time with my children all over again, because this is so much joy for me. I just love spending my days with these kids, and I miss it. I miss our boys when they were little, and I know it's crazy because there was a lot of chaos in those days. But you know what, folks? There's a light at the end of the tunnel. And when you get there, you're going to look back and say, can we do this all over again? Because I really do miss it. I promise you'll be saying that.
Okay, so our timer just went off. I'm going to check this. Oh yes, it's bubbly and golden brown. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and please look up the Prairie Homestead. It's Jill Winger. She has one of my favorite channels on YouTube. So be sure and look her up. And this cookbook is available on Amazon. I highly recommend it. I love all of the recipes in here. They're simple, they're easy to follow, and they have great ingredients that are not hard to find. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, do that. I have all the links below in my channel box. And I want to tell you, this is going to be the only video that's going up this week. I have an incredibly hectic week this week. We have our carpenter coming back. He's actually coming back for a few days to do a few things. You're gonna have to see that in my big reveal. I'm so sorry, but you will see a video next week. Be sure and give my video a thumbs up if you liked it, and leave me a comment below. And until next time.